Morning, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I'm your host, Mr. Craven, and today, as promised, I'm going to give you guys the updated version of the DK tank build that I call the Unyielding Brute. I love this DK tank, especially with the changes to upcoming Summerset. It was always really powerful, and it still remains very, very powerful. We made a couple alterations, once again, making it very user-friendly, as well as, functional for any type of scenario you're going to get yourself into. So let's go ahead and get into the character sheet. Okay, so this is going to be Sword and Board, once again, Destro. I've been going with the Destro since Summerset due to the changes to the 2H. And also for resource management. Frost Staff is really, really good with resource management. I cannot stress that enough, especially when it comes to blocking and casts. So, once again, if you're going to do a heavy attack on sword side, you're going to gain stamina. If you're going to do a heavy attack on Frost Staff, you're going to gain magicka. That really comes in handy for resource management. So I've made all these alterations to adapt players to be able to block on both sides, as well as retain resources on both sides on all my tanks. But with this one, you're going to see our max magicka is at nice 23,000 on sword and board side. Max health, slightly over that 40k. It's where I like to be. Max stamina, 2354. Our resistance before our buffs are 22, a little shy between 22.5 on physical and spells, a little shy. To the left, you'll see magicka allocated at 39. Nothing in the health. Stamina, 25. We are using the Lord Mundus. Okay, now when I switch over to the Frost Staff, you'll notice the only thing that drops is my stamina, but my magicka goes higher. Why is that? It's intentional. This way, when I switch and I need, like, if an orb or a shard drops in front of me and I need magicka, if I switch to the staff side and pick it up, I'll get the magicka. If I switch to the board side, now I'm going to get the stamina. Okay? Really, really nice. I really like that. Okay. So, the sets have not changed. So, we're going to once again go with the Ebon, the Bloodspawn, and the Plague Doctor set. Let's go down piece by piece, and I'll explain what's going on here. Morning, Robert. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Okay, so we have the Ebon Mace infused with Crushers. Once you go with it out, you get 2100. It's kind of, I've always went with Decisive, but unfortunately with the changes to Night Mothers and Sunder, this is needed more now than ever, so I really do want to go with that Crushers. Okay, now you're also going to see my shield is infused with stamina. That allows for the swap to maintain the resources depending on the utility. That is Ebon. Okay, Ebon Ice Staff, charged, weakening enchantment. Now, why do I want a charged staff? Very simple, because I've ended up putting the engulfing flames on this bar. What that allows me to do is have a chance to apply the burning status effect. Now, keep in mind, with the changes to combustion with Summerset, when I apply a burning status effect to an enemy, I restore 500 magicka. So it comes in handy, right? Just really does. All right. So let's get back into it. Head, blood spawns. Actually, that should be medium. So it should be medium for the Undaunted passive. Let me make that alteration. That's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix that really quick. I am on the PTS. I do apologize. Don't know what I was thinking. It's an easy fix, though. Let me infuse that and enchant it real quick. So it should be infused. Okay. No problem, we'll get it. Let me just make that slight alteration. I do apologize. You want one medium and one light, so you can maintain the Undaunted passive. Okay, very important. Okay, make sure that's light. Yes. Go in our character sheet. Yeah, we're still good. Just bumped up the stats a little bit. So that's very important. Okay, so we want that Undaunted passive. All right. So, medium head, multi-effect enchantment infused, ideal. Plague Doctors, infused multi-effect enchantment, ideal. Blood Spawn, light shoulders, glyph magicka, sturdy, ideal. Waste, a Plague Doctor sturdy with max health, ideal. Plague Doctor's gauntlets, sturdy, max health, ideal. Plague Doctor's multi-effect enchantment infused, ideal. Plague Doctor's Sabaton, sturdy, max health, ideal. Infused Ebon necklace with block reduction. Okay, so I have that one. It raises the bar higher. With that being said, I decided to go with the 2 triune with the Ebon rings and keep them with the health recovery. Health recovery is basically like healing yourself per second. So if you want to go with reduction, you can. I just felt like I had enough block reduction between the swap and everything, so I just wanted to go ahead and maintain that. It was really important for me. So if you want to go with the block reduction, you can, or cost reduction, you can, but I went with the 2 triune, 1 infused with that extra block reduction. So I felt more than comfortable with that. Okay, let's get into the skills. Morning, Calvin. On the way to work. I hope you have a good day, brother. I hope you have a good day. Okay, primary bar, sword and board side. Pierce armor, no surprise, major fracture, major breach, taunt. Elemental weapon, I've been using this on all of my tanks. Why? Because it has a chance to apply a status effect. Reminder that if it is the burning status effect, I'm going to gain magicka back. If it's concussion, it's going to go ahead and apply extra damage to that target. Okay, really nice. Choking Talons, if you notice, I don't use Deep Slash on the DK. Never have, never will. Why? Because I have Choking Talons. Okay, so when I use this, I apply the minor maim to all targets around. Now, if the boss is immune to the Talons, the minor maim will still be applied. So really, really important there. Now, I used to use my chains, my empowering chains, or my unrelenting grip. I decided to get away with that, do away with that, and go with the Silver Leash. Why? Once again, resource management. Silver Leash is going to have the pull effect at the cost of stamina, not magicka. One bad thing about the DK tanks, they use a lot of magical abilities that are very costly. So by using the Silver Leash, I'm just able to reserve a lot more magicka when I'm needing it. So I decided to opt with Silver Leash, but if you're more comfortable with the unrelenting grip, please continue to do so. Hardening armor, I like this better than the other one. Why? Because of the extra shield. Okay, really, really nice. Plus, it gives me my major resolve and major ward. When I activate it and I go into the character sheet, now you see my resistance at 26. Keep in mind, Bloodspawn can proc in. That will set me a little over the cap. Okay, really, really nice. Now, if you don't want to go with Bloodspawn and you want to use a different monster set, you can do that. All right. Skills. Now, also I wanted to show you guys this. Very important why I have one. I need one of each ability on the bar. Because while I have... where is it? Active... right here. Increase your health recovery by 5% for each Draconic power ability slotted. So I want a little bit of that extra health recovery. So once again, health recovery is kind of important. A lot of people overlook it, but it is important. That's why I opted to keep 2 of them with the health recovery, the Jury. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to put one here and I'll put the other ones on the back bar. Aggressive Warhorn doesn't change. Primary bar, because I'm using a Sigic Order, and I'm going to put the Temporal Guard on the back end. I might not use Temporal Guard, but that minor protection, reducing my damage, really comes in handy. Okay, Inner Rage, pretty standard. Spike Bone Shield, I'm going to do Shield Stack. I really like Spike Bone Shield because it mitigates, and then it also offers a synergy to help mitigate your allies' damage as well. Really nice. Engulfing Flame, once again, burning status effect. Also applies that debuff, increasing your allies' damage. Okay. Igneous Shield. I didn't go with the other one. I stayed with the Igneous. Why? The extra shield effect. I'm stacking shields with this build all day, every day. When I activate that, then I use the Green Dragon Blood. That'll give me the major Fortitude, the major Endurance, and the minor Vitality. Really, really nice. Love it. Okay, now let's get into the champion points really quick. We'll start off with the apprentice. We're going to be doing self-sustaining heals, so 6.17. We don't have hardly any penetration besides major fracture, major breach, so we're going to put spell erosion at 4,113. We'll deal a little bit of damage, but damage isn't our primary focus, but we'll take advantage of it at 6.17. Coming over to the astronaut, we have at least 30 points in for the repost. So we're going to put 11 in physical weapon expert. We're going to put 20 at master at arms. We want 120 to the ritual for the last stand. That's going to be a source of major heroism for us. We do deal dots as a DK, so thaumaturge is at 1208. Piercing is going to be at 4210. Mighty at 909. Coming over to the warrior, we have ironclad at 1602. I had 1 point left. I wanted to, keep the resistance pretty even, so 1 point in the spell shield. Coming over, I split the difference between Elemental Defender and Hardy. I am not a vampire, but if you go vampire, reallocate some points to increase your Elemental Defender to reduce the fire damage, or take the health recovery glyphs and then put fire resistance on both of them. That will help if you want to keep the champion points the same. Just a heads up. Thick Skin, 6.11. Bastion, we're using shields all day, every day, so 1208. Quick recovery at 909. We need to even out our resistance, so heavy armor focus at 3,682. Coming over to the thief, warlord is at 10.22. Sprinter at 1210. Tenacity, 6.17. Arcanist, 909. Mooncalf, 909. Healthy, 6.17. David, morning. What's up? I hope you're doing well, brother. Big one. Shadow Ward, 23%. Like I said, block reduction for days. I don't need all my jewelry with block reduction, especially since I went one infused. I have more than enough block reduction. Tumbling, 7.4, and that is how the champion points are allocated. So once again, guys, really want to stress that this build works in pretty much any type of scenario you put yourself in. It's great as a main tank in trials. It runs every vet DLC. It is a beast of a tank. Morning, Sylvia. I hope you're doing well. It has really good stats. Now, typically I used to run it up to about 50k, but a lot of players had problems, retaining their resources. They just were struggling with it. So I was like, that's fine. I'll bring down the health. I'll pump up the, the stats. Why? Just so it makes it a little easier for them. Oh, the DK tank. I love how beefy they are. Yeah, and I didn't have to put any points into health. Didn't have to put any points into the health since I'm using Plague Doctor and Eben. Was really nice. It's easy. This build stands as a testament, and I really love this build. I've used this build since the get for the DK. I'd never change it except make some alterations. With Summerset, that's all I did, made the alterations. And it will always work. It will always stand as the testament. All right, guys, so I really hope everybody likes it. I enjoy this build. For the DK tank, this is one of my favorite builds. So, as a DK. It's hard for me to come up with a new DK tank build because it's just so effective. So, I use this. So, I hope everybody likes it. Once again, thank you guys so much. If anybody has any questions or comments, post below. Once again, I'm Mr. Craven, the CSO Daily. And as always, thank you and have a nice day.